if you're a public figure, there you cannot win them. Sarah Palin is the latest example. But the collateral damage of these lawsuits, the press frenzy, every allegation is a conviction. Every allegation in this area is a conviction. They don't look for the truth.
Bill O'Reilly, the former Fox News powerhouse, once seemed untouchable. But behind closed doors, his personal life was crumbling and his marriage to Maureen McPhilmy was on the rocks. Rumors of infidelity, abuse, and bitter fights had circulated for years, but it wasn't until 2011, when McPhilmy filed for divorce, that the true extent of the dysfunction in their relationship began to surface. Join us as we delve into the shocking incident that finally pushed Maureen McPhilmy to divorce Bill O'Reilly. The rise and fall of Bill's marriage. Bill O'Reilly, the renowned conservative political commentator and longtime host of the popular Fox show The O'Reilly Factor, seemed to have it all: a thriving career, a devoted audience, and a picture-perfect family. But behind closed doors, his personal life was far from the idyllic image he projected to the public. O'Reilly had been married to Maureen McPhilmy, a public relations executive, since 1996. The couple had 2 children together, a daughter and a son, and appeared to be the epitome of a happy, successful family. O'Reilly often spoke fondly of his wife and children on the show, painting a picture of a strong, united household. But as the years went on, cracks began to show in their perfect marriage. Rumors swirled about O'Reilly's temper and controlling nature, with some insiders claiming that he could be difficult and demanding both at work and at home. But in 2010, the illusion was shattered fully when O'Reilly and McPhilmy quietly separated. The split sent shockwaves through the media world, with many wondering what could have driven the seemingly happy couple apart. Speculation ran rampant, with some pointing to O'Reilly's alleged infidelities and others claiming McPhilmy had simply grown tired of his domineering ways. For months, the couple managed to keep their separation under wraps, with O'Reilly continuing to wear his wedding ring on air and making no mention of his marital troubles. But in 2011, the truth finally came out when McPhilmy filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce proceedings were bitter and acrimonious, with both sides trading barbs and accusations in court. McPhilmy claimed O'Reilly had been emotionally abusive and controlling throughout the marriage, while O'Reilly accused his ex-wife of using their children as pawns in the divorce battle. In the end, the court awarded McPhilmy primary custody of the couple's 2 children, a decision that reportedly infuriated O'Reilly. He was granted visitation rights, but the damage to his relationship with his children had already been done. The fallout from the divorce was far-reaching, with many of O'Reilly's fans expressing shock and disappointment at the revelations about his personal life. Some called for his resignation from Fox News, claiming he had lost all credibility as a moral authority figure. But O'Reilly continued to weather the storm, hosting his show and maintaining his position as one of the most powerful voices in conservative media. Disturbing accusations emerge. As Bill's divorce was finalized, disturbing accusations began to surface about the conservative commentator's behavior behind closed doors. The most shocking of these allegations came from O'Reilly's own daughter, who claimed to have witnessed a horrifying incident of domestic violence between her parents. According to court documents, O'Reilly's teenage daughter told a court-appointed forensic examiner she had seen her father dragging her mother down a staircase by her neck. The alleged incident was said to have occurred at the family's home in Manhasset, New York, before their separation in 2020. When asked about the validity of his daughter's allegations, O'Reilly had this to say, quote, "All allegations against me in these circumstances are 100% false. I am going to respect the court-mandated confidentiality put in place to protect my children and will not comment any further." The revelation of this alleged act of violence sent shockwaves through the media world, with many wondering how a man who had built a career on promoting family values and traditional morality could be capable of such a heinous act. But the accusations didn't stop there. During the custody battle for the couple's 2 children, O'Reilly's daughter also reportedly told the court psychiatrist that her father was an absentee parent who had little interest in developing a relationship with her. She described him as a man prone to fits of rage, which she found deeply unsettling and scary. These allegations painted a disturbing picture of O'Reilly as a man with a hair-triggered temper and a propensity for violence, both physical and emotional. The court psychiatrist's findings seemed to support this characterization, with the therapist noting the daughter's strong preference to live primarily with her mother. As the custody battle played out in court, more and more sordid details about O'Reilly's behavior began to emerge. Former colleagues and associates came forward with stories of his abusive and bullying behavior in the workplace, describing him as a man who used his power and influence to intimidate and harass those around him. O'Reilly's retaliations and underhanded tactics. As the custody battle raged on, the Fox News host began to employ a series of retaliatory and underhanded tactics to gain the upper hand. One of his first moves was to try to launch a police investigation into McPhilmy's new boyfriend, a Nassau County detective named Jeffrey Gross. O'Reilly, who had a long-standing connection to the Nassau County Police Department, reportedly used his influence to push for an internal affairs investigation into Gross. The aim was unclear, but many speculated O'Reilly was trying to dig up dirt on his ex-wife's new partner to discredit him and gain leverage in the custody battle. The gambit ultimately failed, and the Nassau County Police Department did not pursue the matter further. O'Reilly soon turned to even more underhanded tactics in his quest to gain control over his children. In a move that shocked many observers, he secretly hired the court-appointed neutral therapist, a woman named Lynn Kulikowski, as a full-time nanny for his children. The move was a clear violation of the custody agreement, which had designated Kulikowski as an impartial arbiter in any disputes between O'Reilly and McPhilmy. By hiring her as a member of his household staff, O'Reilly had effectively undermined the integrity of the agreement and raised serious questions about Kulikowski's ability to remain neutral. But Bill didn't stop there. In a move that many saw as a direct attack on his ex-wife's character, he began to pressure McPhilmy to stop saying that her new marriage to Detective Gross was valid in the eyes of the Catholic Church. O'Reilly, who had long been a vocal advocate for traditional Catholic values, reportedly used his connections within the church to have McPhilmy formally reprimanded by her parish priest. The move was seen as a particularly low blow by O'Reilly, who seemed willing to use his religious beliefs as a weapon against his ex-wife. But perhaps the most shocking revelation of all came when it was discovered O'Reilly was secretly seeking an annulment of his 15-year marriage to McPhilmy. This move was seen as a particularly egregious attempt to erase the memory of his ex-wife and their 2 children. A pattern of impropriety and abuse of power.
Did you ever send a lewd text or email to another employee at Fox News?
No.
Did you ever have any human resources cases brought against you?
Not in 42 years.
The New York Times.
Wait. All right, I've been in this business. I've worked for 12 companies. Not one time did I have any interaction with HR, any complaints filed against me.
As these disturbing details came out, it became clear that these revelations were part of a larger pattern. The allegations of domestic violence and underhanded tactics in his personal life were shocking enough on their own, but they took an even more sinister cast when viewed in the context of the numerous sexual harassment allegations that had been leveled against O'Reilly over the course of his tenure at Fox. The first of these had surfaced in 2004, and then in 2016 it was revealed that O'Reilly and Fox News had settled multiple sexual harassment lawsuits over the years, paying out millions of dollars to buy the silence of the accusers. As the allegations continued to mount, advertisers began to flee his show in droves. The public outcry was deafening, with many calling for the network to take action against its star host. Finally, in April 2017, Fox News announced that O'Reilly would be leaving the network after more than 2 decades on the air. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you still a fan of Bill O'Reilly despite all these allegations? Let us know in the comments section below.